y'all got to get excited. We're here to have a great time. Also, co-hosting this evening's program, we have our radio personality, our local personality, Dave Arwood. Please show Dave some love. That's all you got.
All right. Well, hello.
Man, what's up?
Hello.
It's a good thing they don't let the co-pilot fly the plane.
I know.
That's all I got to say.
Now, whose microphone is what?
Huh?
Wait a minute.
I grabbed this one.
Ta-da.
Look at that.
We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out.
Yeah.
Won't he do it? All right. I think we're on two different systems.
I look
here.
back there and go, yeah, no, we're good. No, we're good.
All right, all right. Well, welcome.
What's up?
How y'all feeling? Don't everybody answer at one time.
I know
oh,
one
my
time.
goodness.
Maybe we need to do this in situations like sections like, what's up?
How y'all feeling over here? Sing out a little bit louder.
No, I think that's hang on a second. Hang on.
This is the side where they have their own personal bar.
You got to figure out how to do it where you can just use your hands. See, watch this.
What about this right here?
I can't top that, man. You got good hair.
Yeah, we obviously got the same barber.
That's right.
But welcome to, I think this is the 10th annual Phenix, pleasantly and positively Phenix City, Alabama Mayor's Ball. Please put your hands together for that one more time. Come on.
I would love to see everybody here put your hands together for yourselves because you all look so awesome.
Yes.
Everybody, come on.
Yes. Layaway is still alive.
I love it.
Won't he do it? At this time, I know y'all don't understand. I just lost 15 pounds because I just had to put this button back on my tuxedo.
I found
tell
it.
you.
I got
Yeah,
it.
I almost put somebody's eye out. It's like, pew. Y'all know what that sound is. It's universal. Now we're going to have a processional. David, did you know about the processional? Somewhere?
No.
All right. Or at
No,
least
but I got this. We're going to do this.
just pretend that you did know.
All right.
All right, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to have some soft music. See how I cued the band just like that?
Yeah.
We're going to have some soft music, some processional music. Please don't play the graduation theme, though.
Yeah.
I think everybody's about graduated out right now, right? We can wait another year? Yeah, especially with the outfits for prom. But anyway, we're going to leave that alone. So at this time, we're going to have our processional. And if you'll still just, kind of remain seated until First Lady and Mayor come in. So first we have Miss Phenix City preteen, Sonali Saha. I'll give her a round of applause as she comes.
Let's hear it. Get loud. Just low.
Now we're not going to wait till they sit all the way down.
Yeah.
'Cause this will be a midnight show.
Can we do the next one?
Yes, sir, please.
All right, next we got Miss Phenix City's outstanding teen, Allie Grace Broadhead.
Miss Phenix City, Shaylin Riley.
Yes. That's awesome. I think you should do the next one.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. And now, if you don't mind, stand to your feet and give it up for the Mayor and First Lady of Positively Phenix City, Mr. Eddie and Deborah Lowe.
Yeah. Everybody, come on. Look at that.
Keep walking. Keep on walking to your seats, please. One more time for the Mayor and First Lady. You can tell she dressed him. You look nice, sir. And last but certainly not least,
All right, you guys, let's bring up our speaker for tonight. Y'all put your hands together for Joseph Sikora, a.k.a. Tommy.
I thought you were gonna play Shab or something. you're not already seated, you can go ahead and sit on down. Let's give it up for all of our special VIP that we had process in one more time, please.
Awesome.
Y'all might as well just get ready to clap all night. Y'all got some hand sanitizer, some lotion or something?
Gloves.
Something to dull your hands, because we're going to be clapping like this is a Baptist revival. Come on now. Just keep it up. All right. Well, we're so glad to be here once again, and we're going to start our program with our welcome. Please welcome to the stage Miss Marilyn Brannon for our welcome this evening. Come on, give it up for her. I'm glad you do. In case I get a call or something.
Yes. Good evening, everyone. We are so happy that you joined us for the 10th Annual Mayor's Ball. We do this each year to help fund our scholarships, and by you being here and either buying a ticket or being the lucky person who got to be a part of someone else's sponsorship, you help a student to continue their education. And some students, this is all they get. As a former senior counselor, I understand how hard it is to get money to go to college, and it's really gotten to be so much more expensive than in the past. So what you're doing is a wonderful thing, and you can give yourself a pat on the back and your neighbors pat on the back for being here. Thank you so much. And we appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for coming, and enjoy yourself for a wonderful program. Thank you.
Let's give her another big round of applause for trying to help her come get a gentleman. She's so fast. Good Lord. You didn't get your run in today or something? Because you got it in, I tell you. All right. Once again, give her another big round of applause for our welcome. I mean, can you clap like you feel welcome? Oh, my.
I was thinking for a second we were at a golf round. We're good.
Yeah, I know, like that little slow clap for
Yeah.
golf. Yeah, that's nice. At this time, go ahead, my brother.
All right, let's see here. Next time, I'd like to ask President Yolanda Daniel to come up for the occasion.
There she is.
All right, over here. Look at this kid looking dressed. Oh, my goodness. Blue. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Sound like you want to be here. Good evening, everyone. Hey, yes.
Switch with you. Just the mic way to get bigger responses.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. So tonight, I'm going to give you the occasion. Can I take this off of here? Yes. Give you the occasion. And Marilyn kind of touched on that. But so I won't go into my speech, but what I will do is that one of the things that Mayor Lowe always tells the committee members is that we need to be lifters and not leaners. So if you guys know what lifters are, that means that you lift others. You lift your community. You lift those people that need help. So we often hear that in our committee meetings. And so what we're encouraging you guys to continue to be lifters and not leaners. We know that you all are lifters because you are here with us tonight. And you believe in this cause just as we believe in the cause. So we want to thank you for your sponsorships. We want to thank you for your engagement with us. We want to thank you for helping the students in this area to continue their education. We also help those students that do dual enrollments at the community college. And we do I got a little nervous. I don't know why I got a little nervous. However, but we also do nonprofit organizations. So that's what we do with these funds. And so you guys are helping us to lift others. So always remember, be a lifter and not a leaner. And we thank you for your donation. We thank you for your support. And we just want to say enjoy our 10th annual Mayor's Ball. And we hope that you come back again and that you continue to support this cause. Thank you and have a great evening with us.
Right. I love it. Be a lifter, not a leaner. Awesome.
Give another round of applause for her dress, and as well as Miss Marilyn Brennan. Thank you for your dress.
I'm so glad you taught me how to do that.
I know, right? Yes. Well, right now, we're going to have somebody that knows something personal about the Lord. And for our invocation, can we please have Pastor Johnny Ellison to come forward? If y'all don't clap for somebody representing Jesus, I don't know what's going on. There he is.
Wait a minute. What are you playing? What are you?
Great is our God. Go ahead, take it, Pastor.
I thought you were going to go ahead. Good evening, everybody. My name is Johnny Ellison. I am the pastor of the Chat Valley Church. A little over 4 years ago, I moved my family from central Georgia to the Valley. And in the first week that I got here outside of the church that I came to pastor, the first friend that I met, no joke, the first friend that I met here was Mayor Lowe. And the second friend I met, he introduced me to his pastor, Noble Williams of Greater Mount Zion. So I started out really good. So yesterday I talked to Mayor Lowe about praying today, and he told me I could, pray. I said, just something small I want to share with the people to encourage them. And he told me I could. So before you go, oh, law, he's telling the preacher that he can talk before he prays. I'm just saying you're going to have to talk to him if that's bothering you. So I have been pastoring now for 28, 29 years. And there's something I learned about changing people. And they're the two greatest changes, I think, that you can have in people. The two greatest changes, one is a change of heart and one is a change of mind. I've spent my entire adult life standing on the idea that the gospel can change hearts. I believe that. Now, my wife is a teacher, and she has spent her entire adult career believing you can change minds. And so the heart is changed by the gospel one heart at a time. You change one heart, it impacts a family. You change several hearts, it impacts a community. You get a few communities changed, it changes a city. You get a few cities changed, it changes a state. You get a few states changed, it changes a nation. But it starts with one heart. And that's a change of a heart. But the change of a mind is a little different. The change of a mind is information. It's knowledge. It's education. It's training, it's application. And tonight, the ladies look beautiful and the men look okay. And the food's going to be great and the music's great, and especially the co-hosts, because they are hilarious, because I was here last year too, so you guys are great, really. And all this, but at the very heart of what we're doing here tonight, at the very heart of what's happening, behind the food and the pictures and the beautiful attire, is that we are trying to help the next generation change their minds in such a way that they can impact our culture. That's what we're doing. The next generation of the Valley, of students in the Valley doing that. And so think of it this way. What we're doing is trying to help them, but it's more than that. Suppose in 10 years, the person you love the most, the person closest to you, suppose that person has a medical emergency and you call an ambulance and you rush them to the hospital. You go into the emergency room and that person's life is hanging in the balance. The person you love the most. And you go into that emergency room and they're taken back by a doctor and a nurse. And you know what? Later you find out that doctor sometime a decade earlier or 15 years earlier was helped to go to college by a scholarship from the mayor's ball. Or maybe that nurse, and they are literally saving your loved one's life. Or maybe it's a teacher who is critical for your child, your grandchild, the little child you love, starting school, and you need a teacher in that classroom who causes that student to love to learn. You need a teacher in that class that helps that student love school and learning. And you find out later that your grandchild, your child, that one you love is in there. And that teacher, her school was in part paid for by a scholarship from the mayor's ball. And the mayor's ball is helping to save your child's education and life. I'm just saying, folks, not only are we helping the next generation, we are saving our own lives by doing what we're doing tonight as we move forward in the future. And so, as you sit, as you eat, as you have fun, as you fellowship, I commend you for being a part of what you're doing tonight, because we are raising up the next generation, hopefully, so that in the valley we can help them and we can help us. Let's pray. God, thank you that tonight as we gather, I believe you are omniscient, and so I think you know all things. And so I believe you are a part of what's happening because helping others, Lord, is a part of your gospel. And so tonight, Lord, I pray that as we gather, the fellowship would be sweet. Lord, I pray that you would bless the board that put this together. You would bless Mayor and Miss Lowe and all that they've done. And Lord, raise them up with great strength to continue to do this many, many years in the future. God, the food we eat, we thank you. The place we gather, we thank you. The clothes we wear, the cars that got us here, we thank you. But God, most of all, we thank you for the ability and the opportunity to invest in the next generation, Lord. We pray it in Jesus' name. Amen.
One more time for Pastor Johnny Ellison. Come on, give it up.
What a great perspective,
He gave y'all something to think about, didn't he?
right? Good call on that one, Mayor. Good call.
Yeah, that was real cool. I mean, one thing he did say, he's like, he was saving our own lives. So you notice that when education goes down, crime goes up. You know what I mean? And so, in other words, what the pastor was saying, we need these scholarships so these kids can go to school, because otherwise they may be sitting up in your living room taking your TV. So we want to make sure. I'm sorry, Pastor, I was just joking with you. Could you send a special prayer for me? Okay. Trying to get in real good with Jesus. But no, seriously though, with this education, because I have 3 children that will be in college this fall at the same time. So yeah, all nothing. Give money for scholarships. Amen. Yes. And we're gonna make sure that you get Dave and my cash app before we leave today.
Venmo.
Yes, but we're gonna forward it to the mayor and Ms. Lowe for the scholarship fund. At this time, go ahead, Brother Dave, before I run out and
Let's
say
see,
something
we
crazy.
get some folks to come up for our greetings. I would like to welcome Miss Phenix City, Sonali Sai. Is that correct?
That's close.
All right.
We're gonna make sure we get it right when she comes up here.
That's right. We're going to have to ask her birthday. Miss Phenix City?
Where are the lovely ladies?
Is this why you want to be there?
I think we're
Miss
gonna
Phoenix
have
City?
all of them. Miss Phoenix City,
All of them?
Miss-
We got Miss Phoenix City's teen coming up right here. Come on up here, young lady.
and Miss Phoenix City preteen is on deck as well. They can all just come on up. You don't think she's here?
Here you go.
That's a beautiful dress.
Doesn't she look fantastic? I'll give her a round of applause. Come on.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Allie Grace Broadhead, and I'm your Miss Phoenix City's teen. Thank you for inviting me to speak at the 10th Annual Mayor's Ball for Education. I'm blown away by the amount of scholarships this community was able to offer this past year. Wow, over $70,000. This is one of the many reasons why Phoenix City holds a special place in my heart. I have had such a wonderful experience serving the city and the Miss America organization. I cannot think of a better way to talk about the appearances and acknowledge all the wonderful experiences I've had during my reign as Miss Phoenix City's teen. First up, I would like to acknowledge our mayor, Mayor Lowe. What an incredible and fruitful experience for the students of Phoenix City. This event is so important to our community, but also to the state and our world. One piece of advice my mother always told me was your education is key to your success. It is one thing that no one will ever be able to take away from you. Being your Miss Phoenix City's teen has brought so much joy to my life. From the moment I stepped foot on the Central High School stage, I knew Phoenix City would hold an extraordinary place in my heart. Since then, I've been able to spread the love of Phoenix City all over the great state of Alabama. I have loved participating in the Bi-City Christmas Parade, the Phoenix City Initiative Annual Toy Drive, and the Little Miss Phoenix City's pageants. I am blown away by the community support Phoenix City has. I've witnessed so many kind and loving individuals come out to these events to spread the joy of giving. Through Phoenix City, I have been able to connect with more communities around the state. I've reached over 8,000 people through my podcasts on Spotify and my other social media platforms. Without your love and support, my success as your teen would not be possible. I've also been able to participate in several other parades, events, and schools. I was recently named an American Heart Association ambassador and advocate, as well as being offered the position to be the senator page for the spring of 2024. Through my community service initiative, Keeping Kindness, I plan to continue to share the heart and soul of Phenix City's community and accept people for who they are by showing the simple acts kindness can have. I've been living with my social impact initiative long before it had a name. When I was 9 years old, I created a lemonade stand for one of my teacher's parents who had lost their home to a house fire when I had learned that she had just canceled her home insurance. I knew I had to use my voice to create an action plan. I was able to donate over $100 to the family. Although the amount was small, the act of kindness spoke to the family. I was able to show the world that even a 9-year-old can use her voice to make a difference. From that point forward, I knew I had to do something more than just talking about being kind. I just had to use my voice to show others how you can take passion for changing the world and creating a plan of action. Along with community service in the Miss America organization, it has granted me so many wonderful opportunities, one of those being scholarships. Scholarships are a wonderful way to honor somebody's hard work and determination. Did you know that the Miss America organization has offered over $5 million a year of scholarship money? I am extremely lucky to be a part of this wonderful organization that carries scholarships for women. Scholarships are actually represented on one of the points of the crown, along with style, service, and success. I am happy to be representing such a wonderful community and selfless that cares about their students' education. I am very honored to represent the great city of Phenix City in the Miss Alabama Teen Competition this past March. And I won $700 worth of money through in-kind scholarships, as well as the Marcel LeBlanc Miss Congeniality Award in total. I've won almost $1,000 worth of scholarship money since the June of 2022. I have also created the Keeping Kindness Scholarship Award. I've had the pleasure now of awarding 3 young women with this scholarship funded by my Keeping Kindness coloring sheets, stationery, and candle sales. Y'all do not know what it truly means to me. I could have not done any of this with the outpouring of love and support from my board of directors and Miss Tommy Lowe. If you serve the Miss Phenix City Board, can you please stand? Please give them all a round of applause. Thank you so much for being so welcoming to me and my family. I hope you all have come out to see me Phenix City 4th of July celebration at the Phenix City Amphitheater starting at 4 p.m. I will have a tent themed around my community service initiative, Keeping Kindness. It will be a casual meet and greet opportunity. I'll also have a make and take and coloring station for children. I hope everyone has a wonderful night at this wonderful event. Thank you all.
One more time for Miss Shaylin Riley, Miss Phenix City. I think I want to donate and get you that $100 back from that lemonade donation. That was beautiful. At 9 years old, oh my goodness, all I was thinking about was like a big wheel and racetracks for Hot Wheels. I don't know how many Hot Wheels fans up in the house. Yeah, y'all telling your age. It's okay. It's all right. At this time, we're going to have Miss Phenix City preteen, Sonali Saha. Did I pronounce that right? Close.
Close enough.
You want to try it?
Good evening. Tonight I'm standing before you as a 12-year-old student, humbled and grateful for this opportunity to address you on a topic that's very dear to my heart, the importance of education. And I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to Mayor Lowe for giving me this incredible opportunity to share my opinions. Your unwavering support encourages young people to dream big and achieve our goals. I've chosen education as my platform because education holds the key to transforming lives and society. And I would like to thank my parents and teachers for their guidance and support. They've taught me the value of hard work, discipline, and perseverance. And those qualities have taken me so far to achieve multiple things, not just through academics, but even winning a pageant. Let us all continue to champion education and work together to create a future where every child has access to quality education and strive to make a positive impact in our communities and the world. Thank you. I know this started off rough.
Look, when I was 12 years old and they asked me to do a solo, I could never finish it. I was crying before the end of the solo. I think she did very good. 12 years old.
Excellent.
From here, y'all scary looking. I'm gonna tell you now. Hell, I'm nervous. Did I cuss? I ain't mean to cuss, Mayor. Where's Mayor? I'm sorry. Sorry, Pastor. I'm sorry. I was going so well. I just got set back a couple of days to get to heaven. I know. You still praying for me? That's all that matters.
I love it. Let's get Roz Durden to come up next. Roz Durden to come up with the grace.
Good evening. What a spectacular view from my vantage point. You look amazing. If you would please pause with me for a word of thanksgiving for the food that we are about to receive. Please bow your heads. Father, we pause for a praise break to give you thanks for your countless blessings daily. Now we express gratitude for the food that has been prepared for us and for the hands that prepared the meal. Our prayers that it serves as nourishment for our bodies and that we might be of service to you and to others. It's all about service above self. In the name of the matchless, your Son, our Savior, Jesus, amen.
One more time, Miss Roz there. Give it up. Now for me and Dave's favorite part of the evening. Bon appetit. It's time to eat. I don't know about y'all, but I am hungry. I have been on a 25-day no-meat fast.
Man, I hadn't eaten nothing since Thursday at the mayor's reception, so I could get in this suit.
Look, if I hadn't done that, this button right here would have popped off and put somebody. I'm telling you, I am hungrier than a hostage right now. But I also would be remiss if we did not take a moment of silence for the gentlemen and the ladies that lost their lives below the sea, as well as the Haitian and Somali people that lost their lives. There's over 700 people on that ship. They may not have gotten the coverage on the news that the other one may have, but still, human life is human life. And I think if we just bow our heads for a second for a moment of silence with them and praying for their souls and that they did see the Lord face to face. Thank you. Amen.
Thank you.
All right. So at this time, I think we'll have these wonderful servers. Y'all give these servers a big round of applause. They lined up like they are serious about this thing. They've been back there preparing y'all food and everything. They've been to Wendy's, Popeyes, and everything. Just so you can have a good dinner. Won't he do it? Won't he will? I don't know why we do that. We're talking about education, and that is such improper English. All right. But right now, please put y'all's hands together for your listening enjoyment as you digest your food. Frankie Mincy and the Georgia Gentlemen Band. Give it up for them. They've been playing for you already, but give it up again. Thank you, Dave, for that wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Palmer Williams Jr.
We're going to try something here. Here we go. Let's try this. Don't have to be alone. Y'all better get up. Oh, we ain't doing a split, I'm sorry. This ain't rented tuxedo.
Y'all get loud for Palmer Williams Jr. right here. Oh goodness, you need to catch your breath? Anybody got a bottle of
No,
water?
I need to catch my vocal cords. That thing was high.
Man, I didn't know what you were squeezing to make that happen, but that's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Hey, God is real, ain't he, Pastor?
Woo!
That was praise break. That's what that was.
When you pull one out, you pull one out. That's
Oh, goodness.
all right. Hey, so we're gonna move on. We're gonna come back to that video. You cool with that?
Oh, that's fine, that's fine.
You good?
No, I'm tired.
Hey, by the way, where's DJ Leo? DJ Leo in the house. We need you to come forward. DJ Leo, if anybody
Won't you
knows where he's
come?
at. There he is, right here. DJ Leo in the house.
Won't you come? Give it up for DJ Leo.
DJ Leo on the ones that twos.
Are you born in August or anything? Just curious.
He's working on getting the videos. Yeah, we're gonna move on to this.
All right.
So here's what we're gonna do. Next, I would like to bring up Ms. Ellison Landy from Troy University and Haley Dubose, college graduate and teacher at South Girard Junior High. Come on up, ladies. Come on up.
Yes.
I was trying to take care of business while you was over here being friends. Come right on up this way, ladies. Look at it.
I was more like Prince. A little older.
More like King. Hang on. Because you slayed it.
Good evening. First and foremost, I'd like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Lowe for having me come and share my story today. When I was a student at Central High School, I was a recipient of the Mayor's Scholarship, and that kick-started my journey to lead me to where I am today. Throughout my time in high school, I took several dual enrollment classes at CVCC and UAB, which allowed me to graduate from high school with over 30-plus college credit hours at only 16 years old. One of the first dual enrollment classes that I took at Central High School was funded through the Mayor's Scholarship. I was able to continue taking more dual enrollment classes along with other students thanks to the Mayor's Scholarship. After graduating from the one and only Central High School, I went on to continue working towards my degree at CVCC. I then transferred to Columbus State University when I was 17 years old, where I was classified as a junior due to the amount of dual enrollment credit hours that I had received from dual enrollment at Central High School. I graduated from Columbus State University with a bachelor's degree when I was only 19 years old, and now I am a graduate student at Auburn University. I am now the youngest, thank you. I am now the youngest employee at the Phenix City School System, where I work at South Girard Junior High School under the wonderful leadership of Mr. Alan Rose. I will be going on my second year in the classroom, and I am so blessed and thankful to be on this journey. I hope the Mayor's Scholarship continues to allow students to earn college credit hours without worrying about a financial burden. Thank you all, and please continue to donate to this amazing scholarship. Thank you.
They told me to be myself. I said they didn't want that. I'm not nearly as accomplished as Haley is, and we're the same age. But anywho, good evening. My name is Ellison Laney. To tell you a little bit about myself, I'm a 2022 graduate of Central High School, a rising sophomore at Troy University at the Troy campus, and the assistant director of creative video for Troy Athletics. I was blessed to receive the Mayor's Scholarship multiple times throughout my high school career, and to say that it's been impactful would definitely be an understatement. With that, I'd like to take a moment and thank Mayor and First Lady Lowe, not only for their vision that they have in the young people in our community, but their continued support for all of the school systems in our area. But, excuse me. Thanks to the dual enrollment that we have in the partnership with CVCC, alongside with the Mayor's Scholarship, I was able to enter into my freshman year with 21 credit hours underneath my belt. And that has helped me tremendously, not only in my education, but as well as my time management. As previously mentioned, I do work full-time at Troy, and that can be a lot working in college athletics. So I travel full-time with our football team and also work every home and postseason event for most of our other sports. So being able to balance schoolwork alongside of career work is really beneficial, and that wouldn't have been possible without the support of these dual enrollment classes that were paid for by the mayor's scholarship. And that's one thing that I personally love about our city, is just the way that we have such a great community that feeds into, you know, the mission, the drive, everything that we have going on to help these young people pursue their careers, go to college, all of that for little to no expense to themselves. And that's something that not everybody has. That's not an opportunity that is given to everyone. And that's what I'm most proud of, to say that I'm from Phenix City, because honestly, I think it's amazing that we don't just have these opportunities, but they are abundant. And so I think just taking that forward and continuing to have events like this is just continuing to grow and continuing to support the education of the young people. And I don't know which one of them said it earlier, but it's helping boost our community in a positive way. But for that, I just want to say thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for your generosity. I can assure you it is not unnoticed. Thank you for your support. And on behalf of all past and future Mayor Scholarship recipients, I'd just like to say thank you to Mayor and First Lady Lowe for just leading such a powerful mission in the young people in our community. So thank you.
Outstanding. Thank you, ladies.
Every year, Mayor Lowe and Mrs. Lowe are generous enough to give a handful of students a scholarship that are attending college in the fall. So I graduated high school in 2017, and I was one of those recipients. For me, it was just kind of a leg up to start the freshman year. So I graduated from Alabama, and just making that transition, they really helped like smooth the financial transition, which can be really difficult sometimes.
Education is the best investment into the future of our youth, and Mayor Lowe has very astutely come up with this idea. Giving our youth the opportunity for a better education is going to help the individual youth and for the betterment of Phenix City and our society.
Mayor Eddie Lowe came to me and asked about matching an endowed scholarship for our students, as they've done at 2 or 3 other institutions. We are thrilled and excited to be part of that opportunity, to have that partnership solidified with the scholarship. So their endowed gift to Columbus State University generates a scholarship, and we match that as well too. So it is truly a partnership together.
It is refreshing to know that here in Phenix City there are caring alumni and friends who contribute to the General Scholarship Fund at Tuskegee University and at other institutions as well, to help them close that financial aid gap. We appreciate all you do, and we appreciate what you do to make a difference in the lives of our young people.
The opportunity of having to have money bestowed upon me so that I can get my higher education just changed so many ways. The certain classes are just so expensive, and it just boggles my mind of how we would have to try to come up with that money.
Chattahoochee Valley Community College happens to be one of the colleges where students choose to attend to use the scholarship that is a part of the Mayor's Scholarship Ball. We provide a quality education at an affordable price, and students are able to come here to take courses to transfer either to a 4-year college or university, or to go to work in any of the career and technical educational fields that we offer here at the college.
So I've seen firsthand from the students who've actually received funding from the Mayor's Foundation. And they're obviously, they are excited, but they also communicate that really a burden has been lifted off of their shoulders in terms of the debt that oftentimes students incur when they participate in earning a credential. And so the relief that they receive financially is a big deal. And so I see a big grin on their faces, and I also see the appreciation.
It meant so much, because I was like, wow, that's one less thing I have to worry about paying for later in life. And it means a lot, and it helps the community, and it shows that the community's got your back.
You know, one of the things that I'm very thankful for is just the experience that I got and the humble upbringings that I've had over the years. And I have much of that to thank for this community, and especially, Mayor Lowe and his wife, Deborah Lowe.
All of us see the headlines, we see the news stories about how our youth is out of control. They're doing things, violence is perpetrated in astronomical numbers. So we're not doing something to counter that, then we're only sitting back and being observers. So I think we have to be proactive. We have to get involved. We have to help those who want to help themselves become better people.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank every one of you for your participation in the Phenix City's the Mayor's Ball. Thank you so much, and of course helping us with our scholarships. Thank you.
Now, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but we've been keeping a little bit of a secret, but we're going to continue to keep this secret for a little while longer. We're going to try to do something to where the first dance, we're going to have a mystery dancer for the first dance. It's not yet, so hold tight. We're going to announce some people that are going to come up for the first dance, all right?
Do they know they're going to be dancing?
Huh?
Do they know they're going to be dancing?
No, they don't. That's the scary part. Yes. Yes, because the mayor don't ever like to dance. We love if the mystery dancer was him. Because I understand that he has been practicing a lot.
Yeah. And he also didn't like telling people they're going to be the mystery dancer.
No, he's not going to be it because he had a slight injury. He's much better at football than dancing. Let's just say that much. We don't leave it at that.
The Petula Upland, whatever.
Whatever he was doing, it didn't look like it was Christ-like, the way he was dancing. It just seemed like he should have had an exorcism, Pastor. I'm serious.
An outer body experience.
Yes. We're going to continue to pray for his joints and everything else because it looked ungodly. I'm just going to say it. All right. But,
Well, now I'm wondering if we need people to sign a waiver before they dance, but keep going.
No, yeah. If they dance with him, it looks like a full contact sport. That's what I'm trying to say.
I love it.
It's scary. Yes. But right now, we're going to continue on. You go ahead and...
Sponsor recognition, Epiphany Jackson and Joshua Bowman. Committee members, would you please come up? Oh, they're like, there you go. We didn't tell them they were coming up here. There we go.
No, they're on the program. They got 2 programs in their hands, I think. They just wanted to wait. That's what it was.
We should have had some walk-up music for them.
You know what I'm saying? But they tired.
Come right up here, my friend.
Come on up here.
Yeah, jacket right there, man. He's just fly.
Like those shoes there, bro. I know. Stay with it, baby. Stay with it.
You got this.
Beautiful dress.
You got this. You got this?
Beautiful.
Right.
Did you dress him? I'm just kidding. Might need that.
Good evening. On behalf of the Phenix City Mayor's Education and Charity Ball Council, we would like to extend our deepest gratitude for your generous sponsorship. We are so thankful for your ongoing support of our organization and its events. Your generous sponsorship has made a tremendous impact on our cause, and we would like to express our sincere appreciation for your dedication.
Our diamond sponsors are as follows: Aflac, Alitrade, Alabama Representative Chris Blackshear, Alpha Beta Omicron Omega, aka BCG Incorporated, Beam Cable TV of East Alabama, Chambers OBGYN, Chester's Barbecue, City of Phenix City, Alabama, Shaw Medical, Phenix City, CLB and BJ Rental Properties, Corrine Alexander, Dave Arwood and PMB Broadcasting, Davis Broadcasting Incorporated, Douglas and Beverly Terry and Henry family, Mayor Eddie and Deborah Lowe, family of Bill and Sue Marie Turner, Flowers Insurance, Faithful Baptist Church, 4th Street Baptist Church, Franchise Missionary Baptist Church, Gordy Eye Care, Greater Bellwood Baptist Church, Greater Mount Zion Baptist Church, Headquarter Nissan, iHeartRadio, Lang Services LLC, Latoya King Agency, Farmers Insurance, Meredith Riley Stewart, Mount Olive Baptist Church, Oliver Davis, Phenix City Board of Education, Phenix City Housing Authority, Phenix City Manager Wallace Hunter, Phenix City Paving Company, Pine Hill Missionary Baptist Church, Ram Riverfront Hospitality LLC, RCG Media, Russell County Commissioner Ronnie Reed, Russell County School District, Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor, Scenic Properties Marilyn Brannon, Spire Company, Synovus Bank of East Alabama, Taylor Funeral Home, Thomas Consulting LLC, W.C. Bradley Realty Company, Wellness Center for Women, and West Rock Corporation. Those were our diamond sponsors.
And we also have our platinum sponsors, which is Coca-Cola Bottling Company, Davis Broadcasting, Glenwood School, Pediatric Center for Wellness, Pinnacle Enterprise, Phenix City. We also have our gold sponsors, which is Alabama Power, Georgia Representative Carolyn Hughley, State Farm Insurance, J. Leo Bars Hope Empowerment Foundation, Jeffrey Tate Performance Services, Phoenix Gerard Bank, Publix Grocers, Rhonda Adams, Robinson Paving Company, Travis Chamber for Columbus, Vector Ply Corporations.
Your kindness and support has enabled us to provide educational scholarships and charitable donations for students, and it means the world to us. We hope you will continue to be a part of our journey, and we look forward to seeing you at future events. Thank you again for your loyal and generous support, everybody.
Awesome. How about a big round of applause for all of those sponsors? Excellent.
So if your name wasn't called, let's give it up for everybody.
I love it.
I thought he mentioned everybody in the room, as a matter of fact. But you can tell, you come from an interesting neighborhood, don't you? Because when those dishes drop, you gonna be all right? You good? Meet me at the bar, I'll get you. All right. Go ahead, Dave.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome up our friend Jasponica Florence Moore to come up and introduce our keynote speaker tonight. Jasponica.
Love your shoes.
I know, aren't they beautiful? Good evening again, everyone. Oh, come on now. Good evening. Thank you. We are here to have a great time and to continue to have a good time. Give some love to Frankie Mincy and the Georgia Gentlemen's Band. I have the wonderful opportunity to stand before you and introduce to you the guest speaker for this evening. They say this is a big rich town. I just come from. Now y'all know this song. This is a sellout crowd because we have Joseph Sikora in the building. Just want to share a little bit. Come on up, Joseph. Just want to share a little bit with you about Joseph. He is best known, of course, for his role as Tommy Egan. He is a family man. Joseph was born on the north side of Chicago, Illinois, and studied to become a master of his craft. He first got his honorary he first got his bachelor's degree in theater from Columbia College in Chicago. His first bite of stardom was in 1990 when he was alongside the Michael Jordan in a McDonald's commercial. He's been in so many other shows such as my favorite, Law and Order, SVU. He's been in Adult Swim. He's been in Freedom of the City. He's been in quite a few things. But in October of 2013, he was cast in the Starz original drama series, Power. And the rest, my friend, is history. Positively Phenix City, show some love for Joseph Sikora, also known as Tommy Egan.
I'll take the one that's plugged in because I wrote some stuff down. Normally I wing this kind of stuff, but this was a little bit more important than that. So I don't want to screw in anybody's ears, so I'm going to put this one down. This one's on, yeah? What's up, everybody? You don't have to get all excited or anything like that or like answer me back. I'm not going to yell at people for not being loud. You just be you. I love you, and it's a real honor to be here. It really is an honor to be here. Obviously, I'm Joseph Sikora. Most of you know me as Tommy. I hope most of you know me as Tommy from Park because I love having a job. And I'm very grateful that you watch the TV. Phenix City, perseverance, education, success. Success, Mayor. Every year you keep doing better and better and better, 10 years in a row. This is unbelievable. This is just an amazing feat of opportunity. So I'll tell you a little bit about my life. Where I grew up in the city of Chicago, it was full of firemen and policemen and city workers, honorable professions, hardworking people, generational jobs. The kind of environment where you fall in line and you become part of the city that works, is what they call it. But I was called to something different. From a very young age, the flame of a life in the arts lit a fire in me that I could not deny. People's parents would often question me and say, why? Why do you want to be an actor? Why did I want to explore humanity on stage and screen? I was too young and too green to say that I wanted to explore the human condition and allow myself to be a vessel for words to flow through me and become flesh for others to watch and judge if they want, or laugh, or cry. And maybe, just maybe, when the alchemy of the craft is at its height of power, to be able to show people a reflection of themselves in my performance. So why wasn't important to me, as the question was how? I had no family in the entertainment business. I had no friends of the family in the entertainment business. And even when my mother called random theaters in the area asking for help to get her son started on what would become an improbable journey, full of constant and consistent judgment and rejection, cheats and energy stealers, and people looking to take advantage of me in so many strange and difficult ways and self-serving ways. So-called friends of mine who made fun of me for the small roles that I had in local commercials or cameos in films. I didn't know that my tears were just a product of their jealousy, that their parents questioning my intrigue as a life in the arts was simply hurtful ignorance. I lost out on every single major motion picture or television role that I auditioned for from age 10 to 25. I got small ones, little bits and pieces here, enough to pay for school, not so bad. But I didn't get anything. But I didn't quit. When I was asked to leave the theater school at DePaul University because the teachers told me that I didn't have the talent to make it in this business, I couldn't quit. My fire wouldn't go out, or even when I developed a paralyzing stage fright after finally landing a lead role on Broadway, only to have the director blame me for the early closing of that play. Did his apologies rectify my broken heart and my newly developed psychosis? No, they didn't. But my fire was still not extinguished. And then something special happened. I was sitting in my tenement apartment in New York City with my faithful companion, Ruby, my dog that I rescued from the streets of Chicago, and who would live with me for another 19 years to the ripe old age of 20. And we walked up to the roof with my stew of vegetables that were sold past their prime, but they were only $1 in a plastic bag from Chinatown across Canal. And we sat on a ragged blanket to watch the sunset over the city, and I read some words of the great bard with my big Shakespeare folio. And when I got to Act 1, Scene 3 of Hamlet, where Polonius says, "To thine own self be true," I looked up at the soft pastels of the orange and pink and yellow and blue reflected in the sunlight, and something clicked, and I realized that I was on this spaceship called Earth, and that I was my own master. The destination of where I thought I needed to be wasn't true. The teachers at that school didn't know if I was talented. The director didn't have the authority to judge the effect of my performance. The people I grew up with didn't know how I could possibly get to the destination of success. Because the destination was the journey. It is the journey. I was following my heart, pursuing my passion, allowing my flame to burn. My father often used to say, "De gustibus non disputanum est," which vaguely translates to, "You cannot judge things of beauty." Success is an illusion. If you follow your heart, the money will come. If you follow your heart, people will see themselves in you. When you are in the moment, you are exactly where you need to be. When you follow your heart, you are being true to the only person whose approval you need, you. By supporting Phenix City, you are giving the youth of this community the opportunity to light their fire, to start their journey, and to be anything that they want to be. So I want to thank you, Mayor. I want to thank you, Mrs. Mayor. The Lowes have done incredible things for the community. They're thinking locally and they're acting globally. What I saw up here with white people and black people and nonpartisan lines makes a difference in the world. It changes the state of Georgia. It changes the nation. It changes the world. Thank you guys so much. I'm so proud to be here. Thank you, Denise, for bringing me. Thank you, everybody else. Amen.
There you go. I knew you wanted that selfie. You've been talking about it all night.
You know how much that's going to be worth on Instagram?
Yeah. But weren't you sitting at the table with him?
I'm going to edit it about 8 times and act like we're hanging out for the next 2 weeks. I'm telling you now. Oh, wait till the lights come. I know, right? She's talking about Photoshop the band in the background, Lord. Give it up one more time for Mr. Joseph Sikora. Wow. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my daughter is a senior at FAMU as a theater major.
Awesome.
Yes. All this time I thought she was going to grow up and be a school teacher like her mom, but then all of a sudden in 10th grade she said, "Dad, I want to be an actor." I was like, dang. But your mama got them benefits and everything, you know. But praise the Lord, she's coming out next year from FAMU. Any FAMU people here? Yeah. Y'all know about that, and they will strike and strike and strike your wallet again. Because that tuition is not of God. Pastor, continue to pray. Continue to pray. Lord have mercy. I could have had 4 Benzes. Student loans are not of God.
But look at what you got.
But this is the beautiful part about this, in scholarships like this, it enables someone that gets out of college to not be in an amazing amount of debt. Because, you know, think about this. You just went through college. You just had all of this debt piled onto you. What credit score do you have now? How are you able to even get a car, let alone get a home? You know what I mean? And so these scholarships, for those of you who are concerned about your children coming back home, it keeps them to be able to not have those student loans, and they can get their job and they can get their own place to live, praise the Lord, right?
And they can come back and visit.
But this is another thing too. In some of our communities, we throw our children away when they come back home from school. And that's not fair to them because they have amassed this debt because of some financial difficulties that may have come about. So let's make sure that we support this type of scholarship fund because it has enabled that her little brother is now able to go his first year at Georgia without having to pay for it because of the scholarship, but also the outside scholarships made up for the housing. Sometimes these kids get full scholarships, but they don't give them housing, which is the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. I thought full scholarship means full. You know what I mean? At
Close.
least, yeah,
Close.
get a little change when you come back home with something. Come home with just a degree of debt, that's not fair. So please, 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 as a matter of fact, do we need to start an offering, Pastor? Come on. I'm sorry, I didn't talk that up. I done got upset. I'm sorry. But no, please, please support these programs because it is so vitally important to each and every one of their lives, because some of them may not even get a chance to bust open the doors of a college or university. So give the mayor and Ms. Lowe another big round of applause. And all of our sponsors, give the sponsors a big round of applause right now. Yes, come on, stand up and clap for something. Let them know that that money is not in vain. Think about it. We spend $25 on a cup of coffee from Starbucks so we can spend some money on these children's future. Don't be ashamed. You might need the help. I know I do. I ain't ashamed. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop.
No, keep going, keep
No,
going.
no, Pastor took up all my time earlier, so. At this time, I think we're going to have a first dance, if I'm not mistaken. Is it a good time for that? I don't know, is Mayor looking nervous? You sweating? You all right?
Are we gonna do the first dance before we get him up here to talk?
Are we going to get him up here to talk? Oh, let me go ahead and sit down.
Talk first, right?
Mayor love to talk. Did I say that in the microphone? Lord.
Nobody saw you. Yeah.
So much for being invited back. But at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage the Honorable Mayor of positively Phenix City, Alabama. My homeboy, Roll Tide to the court. Give it up for Mayor Eddie Lowe and his beautiful wife, Debbie Lowe. Come on now, give it up. 10 years they've been doing this for other kids. One more time for the mayor and Mrs. Lowe.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Palmer. Thank you all for being here. I would tell you that Deborah and myself, as well as the committee, is very, very, very grateful that you've decided to join us to build our future. We can't thank you enough. We pray and hope that you continue to support this, because as you see, it's really making a difference. And one of the things I always say is, the quickest way you build up your community is to build the people up in it. And that's what we're doing with our kids. We're investing in them that will give us a return. And we can't thank you all enough. We are very grateful, but I do want to say this. James and Betty Lowe knew that an education was magic. Tommy Lee Robinson and Willie Pearl Robinson knew that education was magic. Just like all of you all parents that maybe forced you to go to school or made you to go to school, sent you to school. You may have played hooky like Palmer did. And Dave. But they knew that education was magic. They knew it was magic because it would change not just their kids' life, but the community life, the world's life. And all of you all look beautiful. You're giving something. And I can't thank you enough. Deborah and I can't thank you enough. The committee, again, I keep saying the committee because let me tell you something. Without them, it would be hard to do this. They did an amazing job, and we will call them up because of what they've done and their attitudes and their hearts. You know, as we look around in society, things has changed tremendously. It seems that people does not care about people. But I'm proud to say that's not Phenix City. That's not this region because you're here. You know, the Dead Sea is Dead Sea. And it's just not dead because of the solidity that's in it, which is a small part of it. But it's dead because it doesn't have any outlets. It doesn't have any branches that feeds other lakes or ponds or ocean. It's beautiful, but it's not giving. And because it's not giving, it's dead. But I want you all to know that I'm encouraged that every one of you all out here are living. Why? Because you're giving. Now, irony is, in order to live, we must give. And you are living. Phenix City is living. You look beautiful. The Dead Sea look beautiful. The Dead Sea is not giving, but you are beautiful and you're giving. And that's the key. And we thank you all so much for giving, because in order to live, you have to give. And you are living. Our future we will live because of what we're doing for our young people. And because you have given so much, I want to say this. We are 11% year over year than where we were last year and what we raised. 11%, which equates to $185,430 year over year that you have poured back into our kids. And we cannot thank you enough for what you're doing. Because I can tell you this, as we get older, we will need someone. So let's invest in the ones that will take care of us. These kids and young people will not forget what you've done for them. They won't forget it. And what we pray is that at least one of them, not if they become successful, but when they become successful, they will implement the same thing no matter where they are, to continue to keep us alive. We're not going to be the Dead Sea. It's beautiful, but it doesn't give. You are beautiful, and you give. And we thank you so much for that. From the bottom of our hearts, please, please continue to support this endeavor, because it is a worthwhile event, and it will echo into eternity. Honey, the mic is yours. Put on the spot.
As my husband said, we thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. What we see here tonight, it doesn't go unnoticed. We have a sellout room here tonight, so give yourself a hand. Yes, completely sold out for education, which is so important. At this time, I would like to call up all of our committee members. We cannot do this without
all
them.
Committee members.
So please come forward.
Come on up.
All of our committee members.
Come on, stand up. Let's go. We know the drill. We're going to do a bow to them. Marilyn, y'all come on up. Kim?
Palmer, come up. Oh, they're coming up. Okay.
And also, I've already told him this. Joseph, you're part of this now. You gotta help us grow this. So all your contact people, they need to know about Positivity Phenix City. We want you to help us. Denise, ring him in now. Richard, ring him in.
Lars, come in.
Come on.
Y'all come on.
Squeeze on in. One thing that was said, and Griff hears this all the time at council meeting at the end. We wants to be lifters and not leaners. We want to lift other people. And as our president said that, I do say that often in our meetings. This is not about us. We want to lift people to lift our communities.
So help us congratulate our committee member at this time. Please.
Listen, Deborah and I are going to do a bow to them because of what they've done.
Oh my God.
Hey, come on.
Oh my God.
Thank you all. Job well done.
We cannot do it without them. We thank you all from the bottom of our heart for all your hard work, and as well as your family members. We cannot make this possible without you all. So from my heart, Eddie heart, we say thank you. We appreciate you. Whenever you need us, we're here for you. Thank you.
You know, they get tired now. You know what I tell them? You got to suck it up. That's what I do.
He does.
You got to suck it up. We ain't got time to get tired. Suck it up. Thank you all so much. We appreciate you all. We truly, truly love you all. We truly, truly love you all. So please continue to put this on your calendar every year because we plan to do it each and every year. Thank you so very much. May God continue to bless us individually as well as collectively. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all. Thanks. Oh, I did turn it off.
One more time for Pastor Mayor Eddie Lowe. Because we don't want to be dead in the Dead Sea. Oh, Lord. Committee members, thank you. Mayor, thank you. First Lady, thank you. Yeah, Lord. The doors of the ball are now open. I'm sleepy. That's what's wrong. Help him, Jesus. Oh. Give it up one more time for Dave, my assistant pastor.
Fine, thank you. Give it up for Palmer, the head pastor. Kind of.
I guess.
Head deacon, for sure.
Let me tell you
So what you been up to, Palmer? What's been going on?
I've been up to a lot. The three children have taken me a lot of my time and money. But they're worth it, and I want to say that publicly to my baby girl there. So that way she can kind of start watching her finances. Anyway, watching her daddy's finances. But no, I think we're going to try to do something different here. I did mention that we were going to have like that first dance.
We are going to have it.
But then we got some people out here that don't know they're going to be called up for the first dance. So guess who's going to get an opportunity to dance with first?
Hurry up and lock the doors.
To dance with my vanilla brother Joseph.
Uh-oh. He just found out he's going to be
He just found out, he's like, oh my God.
I'm one half of first
He
dance.
said, they did not put this in the contract for me to be here.
Yeah, wrong way. Dance floor's this way.
But this is what's going to happen. You're going to be joined by Courtney Gray.
Yes.
And Brandy Schultz.
There we go. Where they at? Come on, Courtney.
We're going to do this every year.
Courtney, Brandy.
We're gonna do something with this to where maybe the highest contributor will get that first dance. No. He said that would be you, wouldn't it? Yeah. No, you know what? You don't need to do this by yourself.
I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
I thought it would be like a run to the
You know what? Maybe we should get the mayor to dance too. He's like, oh no.
It's like, no, man, I picked people.
Why is the mayor mouthing to me?
There we go. We got one lady.
There
we go, Justin.
This is a fast dance. Now, you know how everybody's excited to see Brother Sikora, but we're going to make this a fast dance because we ain't going to have you grinding on this man.
That's right.
Because the line for the picture was too long. This is a fast song. Y'all are dancing like, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. Get off our guests. Go ahead, brother, kick it for him. Y'all can start dancing right here.